Welcome back. Those were the main headlines. Now, more details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi paid farewell Saturday to Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who had arrived earlier in Cairo on a short visit. On his social media page, President Sisi wrote that he discussed with Sheikh Al Nahyan a number of international and regional issues of mutual concern. The visit of bin Zayed comes within the framework of the brotherly ties that bind Egypt and the United Arab Emirates. Details.
Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan started an official visit to Egypt on Saturday, where he was received by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi at Cairo International Airport. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said the head of state exchanged congratulations with bin Zayed over the holy month of Ramadan, stressing the depth of the historical ties that bind the two nations and the strength of their strategic partnership. President al-Sisi also expressed Egypt's keenness to boost mutual cooperation with the United Arab Emirates in all domains, and urged for intensifying consultations to boost Arab action unity and facing challenges amid the rapid changes witnessed in the Middle East region. For his part, bin Zayed stressed that his visit comes within the frame of the brotherly ties that bind the two nations, which witnessed a leap in the political, military and economic fields, as well as the notable increase in bilateral trade and investment. Radi also said the talks covered a number of regional files of mutual concern, as well as the so-called Ethiopian Dam file. The spokesperson pointed to the common visions of Egypt and the UAE regarding different files, as the two sides agreed on resuming efforts to reach political settlement to a variety of current regional crises. Radi added that the talks also highlighted the importance of boosting Egyptian-Emirati coordination and consultation as a main pillar of defending the Arab national security and facing external intervention in the sovereign affairs of the regional countries, which led to sectarian strife and violence, as the head of state renewed Egypt's constant stance to fully reject any attempt to stabilize the Gulf security and stability.
President Fattah al-Sisi instructed to maintain the positive economic indicators which reflect on the state's financial stability amid efforts to reach the targeted economic development rates with full harmony between the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank. This came during a meeting with Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Finance Dr. Mohammed Mait, Governor of the Central Bank Tariq Amir, and a number of executives. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said the meeting tackled the economic and financial indicators of the current fiscal year. Radi added that the meeting reviewed the continuous improvement of economic indicators and how this was reflected on the quality of public services and how all social sects benefit from the development process, particularly the most needy brackets. The head of state also discussed the latest positive reports issued recently by a number of international and statistical institutions regarding the Egyptian economy, namely the International Monetary Fund, Fitch and J.P. Morgan. Foreign Minister Samah Shukri on Saturday held a phone call with his Libyan counterpart Nagla Al-Manqoush. Foreign Ministry spokesman Councillor Ahmed Hafiz said that the two top diplomats tackled means of boosting bilateral relations in various domains, as well as exchanging views on the latest developments in Libya. Shukri invited his Libyan counterpart to visit Egypt in the framework of continuing consultations and coordination regarding boosting stability in Libya. Al-Manqoush promised to set a date to visit Cairo soon. Egypt Foreign Ministry strongly condemned on Saturday the excessive use of violence by a number of extremist Jewish groups against Palestinian citizens in East Jerusalem, which resulted in the injury of tens of Palestinians. In an official statement, the Foreign Ministry added that Egypt expressed deep concern over the Israeli provocative acts against the Palestinian citizens during the holy month of Ramadan, stressing the need for the Israeli occupying force to abide by the international law in protecting the Palestinian civilians. The statement also reiterated on stopping any kind of Israeli aggression against the Arab, Islamic and Christian identity of Jerusalem City. Back home, where the country is witnessing the third wave of the coronavirus pandemic, Minister of Health Dr. Hala Zaid held a press conference tackling the latest developments and ways to contain the virus. Details.
Minister of Health Hala Zayed held a press conference on Saturday concerning the latest developments of the COVID-19 pandemic in Egypt. Zayed said the third wave of the pandemic has witnessed a 10% increase in infections and 7% in fatalities in comparison to the first and second waves, pointing to allocating 50% of hospitals to receive COVID patients. The minister said Egypt and China have signed 2 agreements on vaccine manufacturing, as well as ways to transfer technology. Zaid asserted that Egypt's Vaxera pharmaceutical production lines are ready to start manufacturing the vaccine, as a group of Chinese experts are due to visit Egypt next week to put the final touches on the process. Meanwhile, the minister announced that Egypt is set to produce 40 million jabs to achieve self-sufficiency and later on to export to African countries. She also reiterated that the Russian vaccine, which was approved by the Drugs Authority amid efforts to supply the local market with it, coinciding with manufacturing the vaccine locally to afford around 100 million jabs annually. Zaid asserted the vaccine is 90% efficient and safe and that clotting risks of it ranges from 1 to 10 persons in 1 million. The minister expressed the government's full appreciation to all the medical staff efforts, stressing that their sacrifices in practicing their noble mission will never be forgotten. She urged health workers and citizens to get vaccinated, as the priority is now being given to the elderly and people with chronic illnesses.
A daily record of more than 893,000 COVID-19 cases